What's up, everybody? I'm just sitting here on my day off, relaxing, thinking about what's my next move in life. Um, One of my female dogs is in heat, but I'm breeding. They're called South African Boerboel. They're worth like 5,000 a puppy, um, and they say they have from like 10 to 17 puppies in their litters, so they have real big litters. So it's a good investment, but I don't know how to breed. I just invested in it, and I'm trying to figure it out. So I missed a heat cycle recently. They had a heat cycle before then, but um, I didn't let them get pregnant because I still had to make sure all the paperwork was right. So when I have puppies, I can have birth certificates for all the puppies, so they're worth more. So I actually kept them away from each other then. But then our last heat, which was my other dog, her name is Coco, she just wouldn't even give it to him. She would keep sitting down, and then she would fight him, and he wouldn't even care. Excuse me. Excuse me. She would fight him, and he wouldn't even care. And hold on, let me wash my head. Hold on. Excuse me. So where was I? Yeah, so Coco, um, she wouldn't give it up to him, and he um, was like fighting for it. So they were starting to fight. So I had to separate them so they wouldn't hurt each other. And then every day through her cycle, I would let them out and see if they would do it naturally or whatever, and they won't for some reason. Um, but they're not from the same litter. My two girls are from the same litter, but my boy is from like St. Louis, Missouri. Um, D&K Boerboel. Um, that's where I got my boy from. Um, so I'm still learning this shit, but it's an investment. It's one of my investments. Also got the land where I want to do fish farming and other type of farming, just so I can start learning how to farm. I actually delivered because I drive trucks, so I actually delivered a container to this guy that actually had a farm, and he gave me some fresh eggs. Let me show you what they look like. Hold on. Now, this is what he gave me. I don't know if you can see it or whatever, but just different color eggs or whatever. They say that you can leave these out for like 2 weeks without even putting them in the refrigerator. You see how kind of dirty they are all. They kind of they got whatever protection that they lay the egg with or whatever. If you don't wash that off, you can keep the eggs out of the refrigerator for 2 weeks. But we put them in our refrigerator because I like cold eggs, and then I turn them hot when I'm ready to cook them. but but I feel that farming is the way. I feel like you can make a lot of money off of farming, and even if you can't make a lot of money off of farming, you can save money off of farming. So whatever you're making for your checks, if you're having a regular job but you're farming on the side, whatever you can save to where you're eating your own food or growing your own vegetables or fruits and stuff like that, I think that is like some of the best living. And I'm gonna get to that point. I'm not there yet. I'm a city guy, you know what I'm saying. But I'm learning how to think smart like the Cowboys and shit like that. But I'm new at this, so I did a lot of reading when it comes to the fish farming part of it. But other than that, I farmed when I was younger and I hated it. My father had me on some land up in California, and I actually hated it when I was younger. But it was like goats and sheeps. But but now that I'm older, that's all I want to do is have a farm. I wish I would have, really thought about shit when I was younger, because I think with trucking and anything, I think farming, I mean, people have to eat. People have to eat. So I'm going to eventually get rich off of farming. But even if I don't get rich off of farming, if I could be comfortable and live off of my land and rarely go to the store for anything, like I would try to raise my own meat. So I'd have a few cows on the land and some chickens, and I'll raise fish. And so I'll have a whole bunch of stuff that I need, and then I'll do fruits and vegetables when I do my aquaponics system. So I would have a lot of stuff that I need. So all I would need from to buy from the store is like, pepper and seasoning and stuff like that. And sometimes like with milk, I could get that from the store, because farming milk is a whole different animal, and this is all like not easy. But when you get the hang of it and you're actually raising your own food, I actually dropped off a container probably about a couple months ago to another farmer. He had a beautiful farm. He had acres, like hundreds of acres, and it was all green grass. It was all fucking like green grass. Like he cut it, and he just like takes care of it. But acres of this shit. And then you get to his stable and stuff, and he just got beautiful horses. He got all types of stuff. But and he was farming and stuff, and he gave me some steak and some chicken, and I brought it home, and this is fresh out of his farm. I brought it home, and my wife cooked the steak and she cooked the chicken. But when she was cooking the steak, before she even cooked it, she was like, "It smells like," I think it was the steak. I think it was the steak. If it wasn't, it was the chicken, but I think it was the steak. She was like, "This stuff smells like it was already cooked, like it smells good." So, when it smelled it was still raw, and it smelled good. But then when she cooked it, probably the best steak we ever tasted, man. It was delicious. And, with you being able to grow that or raise that, and the more animals I take in, maybe I'll go to, because I like to do a lot of stuff like in-house. So maybe I'll go to school to become like a butcher, so I can learn how to slaughter animals and stuff. Because that's all the business, you know what I'm saying? So you can actually raise the food on your land and eat like good shit, like filet mignon, but it's off of your land, you know what I'm saying? So you eating like a rich person, but you raising this shit, so you getting it at pennies of the dollar. So, I think that that's just a smart way to go. So I'm gonna still keep doing trucking, because that's what makes me money, and that keeps my steady income. But I'll use that money to farm. And if I, ever get to the point where farming is just making me so much money, I can just work on my farm, then I might do that, when I, get close enough to being retired or whatever. But I think it's a really good idea, and people should look into it. When I think about farming, you gotta, some of these people, they have like hundreds and hundreds of their crop or whatever. I'm gonna be doing different shit, because you can do a lot on a couple of acres. We got about 4.2 acres that we working with, but you can do a lot on 1 acre. So I'm gonna raise different things. You know what I'm saying? That way I have different stuff. You can do anything on a farm, and you can't do everything right away. So slowly I'll just start learning how to do more and more things and hiring people, and that way I can do more things. But you can raise food on a farm. You can. That's why land is like one of the best investments ever. In real estate, you know what I'm saying? But real estate is land also. But you can raise roses. And I was trying to talk my daughter into having a flower shop, because a flower shop, or we can find a commercial place to put on a busy road or something like that. You can just find the land. You can build like a greenhouse, a nice looking greenhouse, and then the office could be in the greenhouse. And that's the whole business. You grow the roses and stuff that you grow in the greenhouse. You can let people pick their own roses. You can set up little rose things with like baby breath, and just fix it up to look where it looks real pretty. And if you're gonna get into something like that, you probably should take a couple of classes to learn how to make those pots look pretty. And you could, you got Mother's Day, Valentine. I mean, every day somebody can come home and just bring their wife a rose, some roses or something like that. So it's just so many ways you can make money off of land. And I want to do them all, but I'm going to start off with a few little things when I'm farming. And then as I get people to help me run that so I can jump into the next venture, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's worth jumping into. And I've grown before, things, and I realized the benefit of growing something and not having to pay the price that it costs to eat that or whatever. So stay tuned for the next chat about me figuring it out in my life. I'm just thinking about what my next move is, with the dogs being in, with my dog Pinky being in heat. She can, if they do have babies, I'm in the game, man. It's a good investment. So when I do have a litter, I can make up to from 50 to even more than that, 1,000 off of one litter. So it's worth the investment. But I got to figure it out. So hopefully they'll mate this time. I was talking to my uncle because he knows a breeder, and the way he was talking is like, you got a system. I'm feeling like, no, I feel like I'm gonna rape my damn dog at that point, and I don't agree with that. So I don't know if other breeders do that shit, but I don't want to do that. Like, why the hell y'all can't just do that shit naturally? Make me a proud dad and do that shit. I'll take care of y'all. I feed my dogs really good. So take care of me. Have that shit. Have those babies so I can sell them pretty ass babies. I got a few family members that, are looking forward to some dogs too. And I can't wait for them to get some of the best ones I have. So let's figure it out. So thanks for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, you guys. It'll help me out. Thank you. Bye.